All right, what is going on, guys? UFC fight in London, Edwards versus Brady, ended on Saturday, and these are going to be the fights to make after the event. We're going to start from my least excited, going all the way up to the main event. So let's start with this. We're just going to get it out of the way. We're not going to take any time on this. We have Shauna Bannon getting the armbar finish over the Indian lady. I can't remember her name. Fujitoma or something like that. Honestly, wasn't too hyped to match make this fight. So I just went with Sam Hughes. I think she's on a 3-fight win streak, 2 or 3 fight win streak. Just fought on Marvin Vettori and Roman Dolidze card. So they fought, relatively close together. They should be on relatively the same turnaround time. I don't really give a shit. I just thought 2 kind of low-level women's MMA fighters. That's it. Okay, moving up. We have Christian Leroy Duncan on a bit of a win streak right now. Looked pretty decent in this last fight. Essentially, total control and domination all 3 rounds. I got him paired him up with Andre Petrosky. So I think the winner of this fight should be in line to fight somebody in that top 15 of the middleweight rankings. If I remember correctly, depending on who wins the fight, they would both, either one would be on a 4-fight win streak at this point. Maybe. I could be wrong. Could be a 3-fight. I don't remember exactly. I could be just talking out of my ass completely. They're going to be on a little bit of a win streak. Especially if it's Petrosky. I know he dropped 2 in a row not that long ago. But he's been shown to somewhat improve over his last couple of fights. So I think if he gets the win over Christian Leroy Duncan, definitely would deserve somebody in that 10 to 15 range in that middleweight division. Moving on, Marcin Tybura. I really hope the UFC re-signs him. I know he's not that exciting. He's kind of older. He's been as a veteran in the UFC. He's been around forever. Clearly, the UFC does not have any heavyweight prospects. They cut Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Oh, I guess they did not re-sign Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who they should have kept. He lost to Sergey Pavlovich in somewhat competitive fight. Speaking of Sergey Pavlovich, that's who I'm booking up with Marcin Tybura. I know, I understand this would be the second time in a row that Sergey would have to be fighting down in the rankings. There's really not much to do at the top of heavyweight. If Tom Aspinall and John Jones are going to fight, we need to do Jailton Almeida versus Ciryl Gane. And in the meantime, we're going to do Volkov. I don't know. But I think Tybura definitely deserves to fight somebody up in the rankings. They have not fought before, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they haven't fought before. I could be wrong. I really hope I'm not wrong. But, yeah, I think it would be a solid fight. Sergey would probably knock him out. But at least it would give Tybura his shot at getting in that top 5. Moving up, we have Nathaniel Wood. I kind of thought of a fun matchup, and if he gets a win here, he would definitely be looking at fighting someone in that top 15, and that is Billy Quarantillo. He's on a bit of a losing streak right now himself, unfortunately, but he's always in fun and exciting fights. Even though he lost the last one versus Cub Swanson, got brutally knocked out. I think this would be a very fun and exciting matchup between Nathaniel Wood and Billy Q. If Billy Q gets the win, good for him, gets back on the winning track. If Nathaniel Wood gets the win, give him somebody not high up, but in that top 15 of the featherweight division. The featherweight division is very stacked right now, so maybe even one more fight for the Nathaniel Wood before. Moving up, Chris Duncan, you know who I'm picking. Terrence McKinney. I believe they were calling each other out. Chris Duncan said he wants to fight him. Book the fight. I would say winner gets someone in the top 15, but I don't know. Seems like some of these, all these divisions are just bantamweight through lightweight is just stacked with talent. It's just almost logjam with people who kind of borderline deserve to fight in the top 15 rankings. Neither of these guys do yet. Every time Terrence McKinney gets a few wins going, he gets brutally chinned. So this would be a fun, interesting fight. I definitely think McKinney he definitely has the power. They're both good in the grappling. I'd probably lean Chris Duncan in the grappling. I'm not sure about the cardio. I might lean Terrence McKinney in the cardio. Don't know. I'm not sure on that. But I think this would be a good fight. Really good fight. Winner is like one win away from fighting somebody in that top 15. Moving on. Kevin Holland needs to stay at 170. If he wants to continue to win and make more money, he needs to fight at 170. Has a physicality advantage at 170. I was going back and forth on who I wanted to pair him up with. I saw Guru paired him up with Neil Magny. I don't like that matchup. Do Neil Magny versus someone else. We don't need to do Kevin Holland, Neil Magny. Holland will more than likely just destroy Neil Magny. We don't need to see that. Okay, we kind of know how that fight's going to go. Book him up against a fun, exciting striker who has won recently in great fashion. You know who I'm picking. Chidi Njokuani. I said that right. He just won, beat Elizu Zazet. Man, I can't say his name. Elizu Zaleski dos Santos. I think that's how you say it. Just beat him, knocked him out. I think it was in the second round a weekend or two ago. The last weekend or weekend before that. I can't remember. Book him and Kevin Holland 170. I know he missed weight for his last fight, so hopefully he can make the weight again. If not, we know Kevin Holland will fight him anyway. He doesn't care, and he'll even get more money. He'll get some of his purse if he does miss the weight. Do this fight. You could do it in like July. Put it on a pay. You can put this on a pay-per-view. Opening up the pay-per-view, whatever is going to be going on that month. I think this would be a great fight. Or if they want to do like a crowded fight night arena, this could be like the co-main event or the co-main event of an Apex. Which, honestly, if you're getting these two guys fighting, you definitely want that in front of a crowd. So fuck the Apex. Quit making shows in the Apex. Anyway, this would be a fun, exciting, striking matchup where I think Holland actually would have the grappling advantage in this. Moving on. Jan Blachowicz lost his fight. I think we need to give him the winner of Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree. I'm currently leaning Khalil Roundtree. I'm not sold on that he's going to beat Jamal Hill. That's just where I'm currently at right now. So I got his picture here. Either or. Either or is fine. Roundtree or Hill. Roundtree or Hill. Again, leaning Roundtree right now. Because either one of them, if they want to get back in the title picture, let's say they do the rematch between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, and Pereira loses again, okay? He's going to need at least 2 more wins before he can fight for the title again. In the meantime, both Khalil and Jamal are going to need 2 more wins before they can fight, even though Ankalaev hasn't fought them before. Because pretty much Yuri Prochazka and Carlos Oberg. The winner of that fight is going to be fighting for the title, regardless of who wins. If Magomed Ankalaev wins, fresh matchup for Ankalaev, no matter who it is out of those two. If Alex Pereira wins and either one of these guys win, it doesn't matter. If Oberg wins, it's a fresh matchup for Pereira. If Yuri wins, there's nobody else for him to fight. Alex will have beaten everybody. Yuri would have been on a couple fight winning streaks since then. Looked good in his fights. He would deserve it just because there's nobody else to fight Pereira. I know you got Reyes and Krylov getting ready to fight, but I like these matchups more. That way, for if Magomed stays champion, you have Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree trying to get back on the winning track. Moving on, Leon Edwards, main event loss. I really was thinking about. For a second, I thought maybe we'll do Usman again, but there's really no need for that. Then I was thinking maybe you do Leon versus Shavkat and just go ahead and give Brady the title shot. Newsflash, that's not what I went with. But I'm like, man, I don't want to put Leon against another grappler, even though I think Leon would definitely have gas tank advantage over Shavkat, I think. I still think Shavkat would probably beat Leon. Matchup I came up with is going to be the winner of Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates, and I'm leaning currently right now that Prates will beat Jeff Neal. It just seems like sometimes Neal doesn't have that urgency and that go and that drive, where in his fights, he just kind of lets them slip away. So I think that's probably how that fight's going to go. I don't think Prates is going to finish Jeff Neal. I think he'll probably win a decision. After that, I think it is fair game for Carlos Prates, Leon Edwards. That'd be a great matchup. Getting some fresh contenders up in the top of the rankings. I know we already have Gary coming up. We have Shavkat coming up. We have JDM getting to fight for the title. We have Buckley, and we have Sean Brady. So there'll be even more people coming up in that welterweight division. And if Leon wants to get back on the winning track, here's a striker. Doesn't have to fight a grappler this time. Prates doesn't grapple really. So yeah, I think this would be a great matchup. Again, it could be Jeff Neal. If Jeff Neal gets past Carlos Prates, put him up against Leon Edwards. Be a great, fun, striking matchup for Leon. Moving on, Sean Brady, winner of the main event. I've honestly contemplated just saying let him fight next. The winner, whoever wins versus Bilal and JDM, just let Brady fight. And you could still go with that. But I think in the meantime, I agree with the call out from Buckley. We're going to do Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley for a #1 contender fight. I think Shavkat needs to fight someone else. I really want to see Shavkat versus Usman. I think Usman would have a very good chance in that fight with the grappling. He'll be able to counteract Shavkat's grappling with his own. On the feet, Shavkat's definitely a more dynamic striker and might even have more power. But I think that would be a really good, fun, exciting matchup. I'd love to see that fight. I really want to see. I wanted to see Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. This is even better. Make this a #1 contender fight. Screw Shavkat. And who knows how long he's going to be out. Make him fight one more time. I hate when guys get title shots off of long layoffs of injuries. Because every time I can remember, they never win. And they always have just, I've been out for so long. They make excuses. They say it was because of the injury. They had ring rust. Don't give Shavkat that excuse. Make him fight one more time. Get a win. It's not like he has like these great wins. Okay, his best wins are in Gary, which is a good win, and old Wonder Boy and Neil Magny. So he doesn't have like the best resume. It was just he was the next best guy to fight Bilal. There was really nobody else that deserved the title shot at the time. Now you have Brady, who's beat Gilbert Burns. I guess, I would say he beat Gaslam, but that doesn't really mean anything. Who else did he beat recently? Who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Obviously, he just beat Leon and the former champion, so I would say I would rate that win better than old Stephen Thompson, which, to be fair, Buckley just beat Stephen Thompson. But they're both kind of going on runs right now. I think it's going to be a very good, fun, exciting matchup. What do you guys think? Do you like these matchups? If not, who would you guys match up Sean Brady and Leon Edwards with? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.